Working on a Sonic Super Straight today. These are nice games. They're made in Spain. The playfields on them are almost always immaculate, and the reason is that they use like an Imron coating opposed to a lacquer, so you get very little playfield wear on these games. They just really last. This one's a little dirty, but other than that, it's quite clean. I mean, the finish is beautiful. Look at the shooter lane and how nice it is. But anyways, okay, so that's the good news. The bad news is it is a Spanish-made machine, but there's more good news than bad news in this regard. They use Williams parts and Williams architecture. So even though a lot of the coils don't say Williams, sometimes they do, all the parts, like all the coils, are directly replaceable with Williams stuff. Everything's Williams. Like if you look up here, you can see like here this is Sonic style coils, and these are Williams with the blue labels, even though they say Sonic ASA. They're essentially Williams coils, even Williams coil colors. So we're going to look at this thing. Usually they're not that bad to fix. The problem today, I can just see from monkeying with it, this is the player unit, which is inconveniently located here for it's having problems advancing. So we're going to work on this guy first and try and get the player unit working a little cleaner. Took this off. Notice I marked it so that I install it correctly. Sanded all the brass rivets with 400 grit and then lightly lubed them with Teflon gel lube, and I'm ready to put this thing back together. Now she advances very nicely and resets. I had to do a fair amount of monkeying around with this. Had to adjust the travel here on the advance coil. I also had to do some gentle bending of some of these armatures. They were dragging on this metal plate. I didn't have to adjust any string tension, though the clock spring here was wound one wind too tight. That was preventing things from working effectively. I found this really interesting. This is like a typical Williams match unit, but look, they put a little tiny fuse in it. That's really cool. But this is what every time like the 10 or the 100 point relay goes on, advances, it advances this guy for the match. Also, there's a couple switches right here, probably hard to see, but those alternate a feature. You see it closes and opens with every spin of this, so that alternates some playfield feature. I've gone through the back box, looked under the playfield, did some of my general stuff that I do on the bottom board and under the playfield and in the back box. So I'm gonna start a game. I don't know if you noticed this, but this guy, even though he was at 0, he was resetting. Here, watch this again. Let's see if he'll do it again. Yeah, you see that? He was already at 0, so he has a 0 position switch problem on the player 2 reel, but we'll come back to that in a minute. So I got the ball in the shooter lane. Kind of neat. It's got a little skill shot. You shoot it up here, put it in there, it'll kick out. But the one thing I noticed is that you're not scoring any points. Also, if we put it into this kick out, again, scoring no points, but it does kick it out. But I suspect there's a problem. Let's get all our cards. So the only thing we don't have is our ace and our ace. So now we got all the cards filled out, so our special is lit. Alternating special on that match unit. But anyways, so now this guy's lit for 5,000 points. Let's put the ball in there. So he doesn't kick it out, the score motor keeps running. This is the thing that we gotta fix. Here's that problem on that number 2 score reel. The that player 2 score reel that would always reset from 0 upon game start. The top switch is the carryover, that's fine. The 2 bottom switches are the 0 position. You can see that this one is open, but this one is not. So the game only thinks the reel is only half in the 0 position. So I just need to open this up a little bit and we'll fix that problem. Relating to this problem, where it goes into the hole over here and it doesn't score it, is I noticed that it's all related to the 1,000 or to the 5,000 point relay. It just keeps coming back to that. So here's right here this thing right there, that's the 5,000 point relay. So I manually pull that in, and it doesn't work. So then I go, you know, and I figure it's 1,000. What's a 5,000 relay? It's just pulls in the 1,000 point relay 5 times. So I go to the schematic. So here's the 1,000 point relay. And then if I follow it back through the 5,000 point relay switch, only thing that controls it is this switch on the score motor, and then a switch on the 5,000 point relay. And then what this does is this is an impulse switch on the score motor, so that impulses it 5 times to get the 5,000 off the 1,000 point relay. So what I found is if I ran a jumper wire from this impulse switch up to the switch on the 5,000 point relay, it worked. Take the jumper wire away, it didn't work. So the wire is broken somewhere between this right here, this white and blue on the score motor, and this white and blue right here on the relay. So I just got to find that break, and then we'll have the problem fixed.